Radio, What's the Score? And as usual, we go all the way through to 11 o'clock. And we're on YouTube, we're on TikTok, and we are on Facebook once again. How things on your side, Roger?
Things on my side, pretty fine.
Pretty fine. You're looking pretty fine too over there.
Yes, man, from here.
Well, lots and lots of things happening over the past week. Lots of things happening are expected to happen this coming week. As usual, very interesting, the sporting landscape, and no different this week than it has been for the past couple of weeks.
Certainly.
Just to let our listeners know that they can share with us on the program by calling us on 974-5043, 974-5051, 974-5079, 974-5043. I said that before. 618-0352. Toll free, it's 888-991-4152. The WhatsApp line. And we also invite you to share with us with their voice notes via WhatsApp, 876-838-2405. You can also share with us via Zoom. The meeting ID is 824-8919-3303, and the password is 666-266. Well, want to start it off, Roger, by saying congratulations to Cavalier, having won the Red Navy Jamaica Premier League. Getting the better of Mount Pleasant in the final last Friday. What an afternoon it was going into night.
Yeah.
Inside
For
the
second
National
straight
Stadium.
year, Cavalier doing the job by the penalty route.
By the penalty route.
And, you know, it's just one of those things, you know. Mount Pleasant, the overwhelming favorite, league champions.
Yeah, bossing up the league.
Points,
Yeah, I mean,
most goals, best everything.
best everything,
And,
best everything. But
Just that final hurdle
just couldn't
was
get
not to
over
be
it.
cleared by Mount
Yeah.
Pleasant. And the Cavalier running away with the spoils again. Four-time champion now. And, you know, you
To add to their Caribbean.
say nothing more than
title.
congratulations to them.
Yeah, congratulations are in order. And of course, we still have to congratulate Mount Pleasant because there are quite a number of other teams not able to get up to that level. So
Certainly.
the congratulations are in order for Mount Pleasant. Of course, they certainly not happy with finishing second best again to Cavalier.
not at all.
You know, they're fierce rivals. So if there were any other team that Mount Pleasant would not want to finish second to, it would be Cavalier. But that's how it is. We have to say congratulations to not just the Cavaliers players, our team, but the staff at Cavalier. They really have done a great job in carrying it through. So we have to congratulate them. Congratulations also to Arnett Gardens, once again finishing in third spot and qualifying for the Caribbean Club Shield. And
which is another route to the Caribbean Cup.
Right.
So last year they won the Shield and they advanced to the Caribbean Cup. They didn't do that well, so they're hoping for a reverse of fortunes this time. So automatically, Mount Pleasant Cavalier are there already. Arnett Garden will have to finish in the top two of the Shield.
And let's hope they can do it again this year like they did last year. And because the top two in the Shield qualify for the CONCACAF Caribbean Cup tournament. So we're looking forward to that. All right. Unfortunate for Montego Bay United, just missing out. They were overwhelmed.
I was just wondering how Montego Bay United came out so flat, though.
They never turned up on Friday.
So much at stake. So much at stake. You know,
never turned up.
You'd have expected a more competitive, fiercer rivalry, but man, they did what they had to do. They came out and very, very motivated. And as Coach Xavier Gilbert said, he was pleased with how they finished the season. So. You know, good luck to them. And I hear a lot of persons as well complaining and having a lot to say about the final on Friday. And I'm wondering.
You mean in terms of what happened on the field?
Yeah, I'm wondering what these people expect. This is our final. No team is gonna go there and you know, they have to be tactical in how they, because no team want to lose.
No, they were both playing not to lose. And as a result
Right.
of that, I thought the game at some stage got a little boring. But
Most finals are
at the
cagey.
end of the day,
Most finals.
yeah,
Yeah.
both teams want to win. A lot of stake, a lot of bragging right at stake, a lot of chest beating at stake. So nobody
Yes.
wanted to lose. But at the end of the day, one team had to lose. And Cavalier came out champions.
Most finals are cagey affairs,
Yeah,
cat
you-
and mouse affairs. So
it is-
a
it
lot
is-
of people who complain realize that it's like them not realize that
Yeah.
when it comes to a final, you're not gonna get a classic.
But
Per se.
Roger, if both teams came out and was just going at it, it would have been a magnificent game because both teams have the quality to give us an exceptional game, but they were just cagey and so much at stake. Nobody know want to lose. And if you remember well, last week, some of the callers were going at Rodal's speed, and
Yeah.
it is a part of why both teams didn't want to lose and as a result played as cagey as they played.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Certainly a lot of people still, especially on the.
Well, it
the
will be
more pleasant
interesting to
side
hear
still-
what some of those persons are saying tonight.
Yeah.
So we invite
they
them to
still
call
have,
us.
I think they still have him up, but in regards to that. But a lot of people don't realize this is how football goes as well. We see it in all football where another team will complain on you if something is not right.
Yes.
And or something appears not to be right, and it's for you to be, if you get investigated, if you're guilty, you're guilty. If you're not guilty, you're not guilty.
And sometimes these things happen and they're not brought into the limelight, and as a result of that, it has less significance on the audience. But when it is brought to the
stakes were
fore,
high, very high this time.
and this one, of course, was right up there in the limelight.
Yes.
Yeah, couldn't keep that one down. So the Reggae Boys are getting ready to be in action tomorrow against Trinidad, the Unity Cup in England, and in a significant turnaround, Ravel Morrison is in the squad.
Very strange. I was watching a podcast with Junior Flemings this morning, and as you know, Junior Flemings, he also plies his trade in UAE. Incidentally, Junior Flemings is playing in a higher division than Ravel Morrison in the UAE as we speak, and Junior Flemings is scoring a lot of goals in that division. And we heard Coach McLaren last week saying, the status of the league would go against Ravel Morrison. So I'm just wondering how this about turn.
But that is easy. That is easy, Roger. Because despite the fact that Flemings is playing at a higher league, Flemings is not a Ravel Morrison. So,
no, but the fact is that Ravel is playing in a lower league.
Right? But I'm
what
saying,
I try to say now is that the coach, him said the level where Ravel Morrison are playing.
Yeah, the coach will eliminate them based on the level that he's playing.
Yes,
right.
So that surprised me.
But it would be more surprising but nobody not calling for Flemings.
No, I don't think nobody calling for Ravel either.
What? You never hear the press conference last week?
No.
Yeah, man, them stick up the coach, man. At the press conference last week. Yeah, but when I heard that he was in the squad, I figured that he was in England and was close by, so they drafted him into the training, like Mikel Antonio, who is not in the squad and just came by and trained with them. But when I inquired, I found that he was called from Saturday. He was called into the squad from Saturday, so he got to England with the rest of the squad almost same time because he was drafted in. But I guess there can be no questioning the pedigree of Ravel Morrison, and I think
but based off a history.
Yeah,
but
Ravel Morrison.
I am not too keen, but let's see.
Listen to me. I am saying that Ravel Morrison, even if he's not playing any football, which is, I'm going out on a limb, I would still want to see him as a part of the squad because I have seen the quality that he possesses, and I think it would be a good cog in the wheel of the Reggae Boys. If him feel well, we have to just take with licks, but I would gamble with him.
Not so certain still, but
I would gamble with him.
I respect the views of persons who have that.
Yeah. I would gamble with him, trust me. Ravel Morrison. So we're up against Trinidad tomorrow. Unfortunately, Busy Atkinson never made the trip. Hopefully, we'll make the trip later on in the week because we have another game on Saturday. You know, he came off the field in the Premier League final on Friday, dehydrated. I guess he worked his air off.
Sometimes dehydration, maybe he never have fluid himself properly too.
Right,
so.
maybe. But he was in the hospital. The doctor, I understand, wanted to look at him for 48 hours. That 48 hours ended yesterday, and he's up and running again. So more than likely, I would suspect that he will be on a plane to London sometime this week. I understand that Warner Brown didn't make the trip neither. Not sure what the situation is with him. I have a feeling
he won't be going none at all, or is a case that...
No, he didn't travel with the team on Saturday, I understand. But it would seem to me like it is some visa thing. Maybe he didn't get back his documents in time. But we'll see later on if he travels. So we're looking forward to that. So the West Indies women swept by England. Wow.
I am wondering how far the Shane Deeds thing is going, though, because I keep complaining.
Where's he from? Is he from Australia?
Yes. I'm wondering if this thing really makes sense now. Because you get rid of your local man, them who I don't think they were doing any worse than what is happening now.
Yes.
In fact, I'm not seeing anything at all that is showing that this West Indies women team is improving.
Well, they've really fallen off.
They never met the World Cup qualifier. They've lost in the World Cup qualifier. Here they are getting swept. They have the one. If them get that badly beaten in the T20, can you imagine in the longer format?
Yeah, I tell you, it's not looking so good at all.
Yeah.
And before we go to the break, Roger, so Usain Bolt officially now is what you call it now? Tourism ambassador.
You want me to talk about that? You want me to say something about that, or you don't want me to say nothing about it?
Let me know why you say about it, man. I mean, he has been playing that role before.
Nobody can bad mind Usain for this ambassadorial position, but
he was
for
doing
me
that all
personally,
along.
I think the timing is a bit suspicious. I think the timing
I've been hearing that since Friday.
Is not healthy for Usain himself, because anything that is happening now is
going
purely
to be
political.
To politics, yes.
Purely political. And, we don't have to rehash the recent history where Bolt is concerned and his funds at the SSL and so on.
I see some persons, Raja, are saying that it is a way to pay back the money that they stole from him.
Yeah, I mean, all of these theories now will open. But the major thing is that, at this time, this election season, this is very suspicious, and I am wondering if Bolt not realize that he could be a pawn.
Yeah, they could be using him.
Yeah. If people remember history, 1976, with the peace concert, you remember when Bob Marley got shot?
Yeah.
It was a simple planning of that peace concert with Bob Marley, and then the government got involved. And when the peace concert was announced, the Prime Minister announced the election. And of course, subsequent to that, we a couple of days after that, Bob Marley got shot and so on. So them have to be careful in terms of
because if you remember
how they are being used.
Yeah, you remember Raja when Bolt was hitting out about the loss of the theft of his money.
Yes.
A set of people came at him.
Yes.
I wonder what those persons are saying now. And just before we go to the break, the argument making the rounds, I don't know how authentic it is, that this is a way of paying him back for what they stole. And I'm saying if that is the case, Bolt shouldn't accept that because he would have worked that money already, So if he's going to have to work again for it, it wouldn't be fair to him. So,
but even in body language at the event, it never look It never look.
We'll talk some more about it on the other side of the break.
Optically magnificent.
Yeah. All right. So we're heading to a break now. And when we come back from the break, we will continue the conversation. Just remember, you can call us on 974-5043, 974-5051, 974-5079, 618-0352, and the toll-free it's 888-991-4152, and the WhatsApp number is 876-838-2405. We go to the break? No, we continue. Okay, so look, we have a call on the line. Let's go to the call. Caller, good evening. Welcome. Caller? Caller, good evening. We don't have the call? Okay, apparently we don't have that call. Let's. All right, yes, brother. So we can continue the conversation until they're ready.
You're right.
With the call.
So my thing is that it is very suspicious in terms of the timing in this season, and Bolt must realize that, you know, a silly season like this, him can't say nothing bad about Jamaica again, you know. Not even about him money, him can't say.
Yeah, but he has never, to be honest,
yeah, what I mean,
he has never really said anything bad about
He never
Jamaica.
really ever said anything. But in terms of anything at all, that has been affected him in Jamaica, him can't say it again, you know.
At least not right now.
At least not right now.
Good night to Stacey on YouTube.
Yeah. But I come back right round and I say, there's no doubt that Bolt would have deserved something like this, but the timing is suspicious.
Well, I would say that this is a role that he has been playing all along. He has always put Jamaica first, and he has always spoken about how, you know, whatever impact his circumstances have on Jamaica, it is always to the benefit of Jamaica. He always do it to the benefit of Jamaica. So it would not be anything now that he was not doing. Just that maybe now he's going to be paid for it. But if it is
in
a
an
case,
official way,
if it's a case where they're going to be saying that he's going to be, is a way to pay him back for what was stolen. I can't see it that way, because any amount of money that is going to be paid will have to be upfront. Well, unless there's a way to pay him under the table. But if he's doing a government job, his pay is going to be in the public domain. It can be known. All right. All right. Let's go to our first caller tonight. Caller, good evening. Welcome.
Good night.
How are you doing, my friend?
Yes, Mr. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, good to have you.
Are you going to touch a point with Bolt, okay?
You're going to touch a point.
Yes, Bolt. And I like what you're talking about. Because I don't know if I understand. I use them brain for the man, and he come like they're fixing.
But I don't see Bolt as somebody who is not smart enough and has people around him who is smart enough to know if he's been used. And sometimes some people will allow themselves to be used to their benefit.
Simple.
That too.
You see them people here.
Who's them people here?
You see the Green Line people in there.
Oh, you're going straight political.
Politics are my play, I'm going to try to use, man. I want it to make sense, brother.
But you'll agree that he deserves to get back his money that was stolen from him, not true?
That might just up so that man. Jamaica said they put money on him. Now rob him. We never hear no money in Jamaica in all that time get robbed. In a them the way.
Yeah, turn off your radio. Turn off your radio. It creates a little distortion. Yeah, turn off your radio. All right.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Turn off the radio. Yeah, man. All right. Can I hear you clearer now?
As I'm saying, with that point of minute back, it touched me. I told someone who said, "Me never call and Tony."
Eh?
I listen listen to RFM from with the Northeast days, but
Wow.
Long
and I
time.
never call.
Mm-hmm.
Before me born.
Mm-hmm. The Usain Bolt thing I touch you.
But Usain Bolt, it touched me, man, because I just sent on man, you know, sir.
Okay.
I'm Bolt people, my center, I know Bolt people, you know.
Okay.
Yeah. A backside move them from 2 years, tell them what you're on, Bolt father.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Bolt father, same age.
Okay.
And I told me sick and that phone, I know why me name reach on a Bolt father. Yeah, respect
Okay.
to him. But to what me see happen to Bolt, man.
Mm-hmm.
The green line, man, the green line is not easy. The green line is not easy, brother.
But would you agree that Bolt, no doubt, that is deserving of being that international ambassador for Jamaica, though? You'd agree with that, though?
Yes, sir.
And as I said before, it was a role that he was basically playing before. I guess now he's going to be paid for it.
Yeah, but why no? Well, I think when politics, they come up, politics. Why no?
But why not now?
Well, it's out the long time, sir.
Yeah.
For the man promote a sports, it's out up there, stand up.
Okay. All right. I hear you.
Because both is like the monument to Jamaica kind of order.
Yeah, man. But it is a position that he's deserving of. Yeah. It's just that you think it might be tainted. It's just that you think it might be tainted.
I mean, if you would do that, sir.
All right. Thanks for the call here, sir.
Respect, I'm not soon about.
Bless up. Bless up.
You see, one of the reasons, Robert, why, it just look away, because you remember when he was speaking about it, you alluded to it earlier, where a lot of persons on the other on the side of the other side of the politics, they really gave it to Bolt, saying he make bad investment, who never did advise him properly, and they basically turn it around on him.
Yeah. So Philene, or Filene, I'm not sure of the pronunciation. Williams too. She's asking if this is a political show now. No, Philene. But we have to talk about the issues. What are your views on it? Huh? Hey, but it's not because it's a political show. But,
Usain Bolt is an international icon and sportsman. This is a sportsman, and this is a sports program, and this is a topical issue.
We can talk about it. Yes. Caller, we have another caller. Caller, good evening.
Hello.
Greetings. Welcome.
How are you doing?
We're doing well. How are you?
Good. Big up to IRFM.
Bless.
And their radio broadcast yesterday.
Okay, and just to remind our listeners that we're live on Facebook, we're live on YouTube,
yes,
and we're live on TikTok right now. All right, yes, Tom.
What year did Bolt lose that money?
Well, I think the whole saga started from 2012, 2013, but he never discovered it until probably 2023, 24 thereabouts.
Yeah, 23. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Most of that money was shifted what year?
Well, if I could tell you which year it was shifted, maybe I wouldn't know how it shifted.
Okay.
But it was shifted.
So you have no. I am suggesting, it's my opinion, that even if it's politically motivated at this time, to give him that strike or portfolio, I think he's deserving of it.
Undoubtedly.
No, we're not against it.
Undoubtedly.
We're not against it at all.
We can say it's politically motivated.
Yeah, because of the antecedents, that will be said.
The money side of it, because I know basically when it's not coming out fully enough. Know when most of his money was shifted. It's not coming out fully. Some of it is hush.
Yes.
You understand?
I think there's a Kroll report that has not been published or publicized.
As for my Prime Minister and whoever gave him that portfolio, the team that gave him that portfolio, big up to them. Election time.
Big up to you for calling.
But the individual now in the picture now, he'll have to now be careful that he won't be that person who is a pawn in the political game. So he have to be wary of how politicians operate.
Yeah, and it is just unfortunate that,
whether you're orange.
Yeah, it is just unfortunate that as Jamaicans, we can't big up ourselves and say we are JLP or we are PNP unless and some negative or corrosive remarks are not made. Because everybody have a right to be who they want to be. But if you say you are JLP, you're getting it from the orange people. And if you say you are PNP, you're getting it from the green people. And it is just unfortunate. But it is what it is. Thanks for the call here, sir. Hello? Oh, he's gone. Yeah. You were saying, Roger, we're not hearing you.
Yeah, you're not hearing me?
Okay, yeah, man, we're hearing you now.
Yeah.
You were saying...
So, and I remember, as I alluded to earlier, there was a move back in 1976 that, you know, we just show you how politicians operate. You know? They will do things that is expedient for them.
True.
You understand?
True.
So,
I would say that
I know I have to just be careful in this time, in this season, that he's not.
Okay. All right. So,
I just that me a choice.
Okay. Just want to let our listeners know that for the past couple, well, we've always been introducing new sports on this program. If you remember, Roger, before we go to the break, we have a break coming up now, right? So before we go to the break, we brought to the fore pigeon racing, and people love that. We also brought to the fore drone soccer recently. We also were the first out of the blocks with e-racing. So we have a brand new sport to talk about tonight. And we'll be talking about that in short order. At about 10 o'clock, thereabouts, we'll be talking about brand new sport in Jamaica. So we'll be talking about that. I think we're onto the break now, so we head to the break and then we come back shortly.
Carb Sales, #1 for home and hardware. Call us at 876-954-2220 or visit us at Main Street in Duncan Streloni.
The time is
9:30.
Zahira Records presents Ras Bogle new hit single titled Aim to Riches.
Me never plan to stay broke. Put in the work, plan me way out. Things take off like an airboat. Aim to the sky, then you stay low.
You can stream Aim to Riches on all music distribution platforms. That's Ras Bogle new hit single Aim to Riches, produced by Zahira Records.
Jesus Christ, how some people sleep at night.
Indulge in unparalleled wellness at Beal Spa Consulting and Services, nestled within the scenic Errol Flynn Marina, Portland, Jamaica. Or enjoy the convenience of their customized services delivered directly to your doorstep. Beyond exceptional spa treatments, their spa management and consultation services are second to none. For further information on how to book a consultation or unwind at their luxurious spa, contact 618-3614 or Beal Spa Consulting at gmail.com.
Welcome back to What's the Score here on Reggae Radio IRIE FM, reminding you that we are on YouTube, we are on TikTok, and in a little while Roger will tell us what the TikTokers are saying. I think we have a caller, and then we're going to be taking a voice note. All right, caller, good evening, welcome.
Hello, good evening.
How you doing, my brother?
Good evening,
I'm doing
sir.
very much fine.
Wow, long time we don't hear from you, man. What go on?
Yes, I'm here, sir. I'm here.
Good to have you.
Yes, but I think Usain Bolt well deserved to get back in money, you know.
What you mean, man?
And I believe if the Prime Minister did have nothing to do with it, he have a right to give back the money. And I don't believe he's only...
Prime Minister have nothing to do with that, man.
I don't believe it's only GLP people did have anything to do with it, Usain Bolt money. I think PNP did have something to do with it too.
Okay.
And you see this political arena, it's made up of politics. The politics are the tricky thief in politicians.
What you call it, politics?
Politics.
What the hell that mean?
Right? My parents says you is a dicky. You're a dicky.
Oh, okay,
My
I get it. I
parents
get
say
it.
that, meaning that you're conniving.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It make up of politics. Ticks like the pan dog and cow. And it made up of politics.
Mm.
So this political arena is not an easy one.
Not at all, boy.
And when
Certainly,
people are killing
certainly.
themselves over who are PNP and who are Labour right,
Mm.
is one very proud Labour right. Very, very proud.
Right.
All right, sir.
Not a thing wrong with that.
And I have a little sister who claims that she's a very proud PNP.
And your sister still.
And my sister still, and her when she hate the green tree, them and hate me green shirt and hate me because of politics.
Would you love one another the same way?
Yeah, Labour right, same way.
Exactly. That's the spirit.
So Carla, in essence, then, what you'd like for us all is to just think above, listen, just think above the whole politics of the situation as is, and just think of it as a situation there that Bolt is deserving of that position he has
Definitely.
got. That's what all of us must do. That's what basically you say.
Carla, I'm going to play a little politics with you now.
Yes.
So when Usain Bolt came out and was talking about all them thieving money, you're one of those who went at him?
No, them thief the man money, the man should I get them name for thief the man money.
Okay.
Them name for thief. If a Labour right thief, me I tell them say them is a thief.
Okay.
If a PNP thief, them a thief.
Yeah, because if a PNP thief, you're a Labour thief, you're a thief, then thief it.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
The man for the money.
All right. Bless up yourself and thanks for the call.
All right, big up IRIE FM.
All right. I still want to hear
You
also
know,
from the persons with regards to the Premier League final too, you know. So
Yeah.
Still waiting to hear from
You know. Before I don't want to belabor this, but you know, Sam, I just have a sneaky feeling that Bolt never knows him. They'll get that position there when he went there. It's just based off
it's body language.
body language
like
that I
him
saw.
just know about it.
It's like it's like says that's something we never.
But remember,
know
well,
about.
I've seen something
No,
like
when
that
you look at the
before.
video, when you look at him, you know, it's like say it's when him dead, you know. Them just met the surprise announcement. You know.
I remember watching the
Yeah.
what they call it, where them have the press briefings at Tuesday morning times when they announced the new Minister of Education, and she was saying that at the morning she knew about it or the night before. All right, we have a voice note. Let us go to the voice note. Voice note. Ready? Okay, the voice note coming up. Not hearing. All right. While we await the voice note, I think it is a good time to go to the president of the Jamaica Basketball Association, Mr. Paulton Gordon. Paulton, how are you doing, sir?
I think it is a good time
I hear
to
about
go
myself.
to the
I don't know what is
president
happening.
of the Jamaica Basketball Association, Mr. Paulton Gordon. Paulton, how are you doing, sir? I think it is a good time.
No, something is wrong here, man. I hear back what I've just said.
Yeah, I hear him back.
Basketball
Yeah.
Association, Mr. Paulton.
One to my engineer.
Paulton, how are you doing, sir?
I hear,
It is a good time.
yeah, but I'm hearing back what
Gordon,
I've
you
been
there?
saying before.
President of the Jamaica Basketball Association, Mr. Paulton.
Oh, Paulton, turn off your radio.
How are you doing, sir? It is a
Turn off your radio, Paulton.
I hear you to the president of the Jamaica Basketball Association.
I don't understand what is happening.
Paulton, how are you doing, sir?
Well, I wonder if a Paulton have on him radio or
Yeah,
have on
I don't
something in the
know.
background. Yeah.
But what I just said, I've been hearing it for about 4 or 5 times now. Like it loop. Mr. Gordon, you there? All right, I guess we'll have to hang up and call him back. Maybe that will solve the problem. All right? Yeah, because it's gone now. All right.
And he's supposed to have some interesting news also because, you know, he was in the Middle East recently for
Yes.
some basketball mission. And also we have heard of new players,
Yes,
NBA
yeah.
players who have
Showing
decided
interest
that
in playing for Jamaica.
will be, their,
so-
country of choice.
So we should be getting a mouthful from the president. So let's see if we.
So we're looking forward to hearing what
Yeah,
this
so let's see
trip
if we
was all
can
about as
reconnect
well.
with him. And then, in the meantime, want to say good night to Hugh Denton, who said it's the greatest sports program for years. Now keep up the great work. Thank you very much for being so kind to us.
Yeah. On the TikTok, I just seen a couple people here. Ava, the hot gal. She's just telling us hi. Terry Thompson, bigging up everyone in the house. Yeah. Fat boy, him say Mount Pleasant play better. Wow, yeah, so you go.
Yeah, I believe so too.
Yeah,
and
they
we
played
have
better, but and then of course, and him also said they're just never clinical.
right.
These are just some of the early comments on TikTok.
All right, so we have some more comments on YouTube as well. Another Williams, Stacey Williams, but I don't know any of these Williams, so it's not that they're my family. Politics is the biggest sports, and we have a special game coming up soon. Election. May the best team win.
Race to the finish.
When the time comes. I like that, Stacey. All right, let's go over to Paulton. Paulton, good evening. How are you, sir?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
We're great, man. Good to have you.
Man.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me here.
I'm
having a talk.
Yes, true. It's unusual to have a press conference on a Sunday morning, but I guess when you have good news, you have it in the morning.
Yeah, that was kind of put together in here still because of the timelines of the persons involved. So I had to bring out persons all who went to party Saturday night. I had to bring them out Sunday morning.
Well, look like
never get a deep sleep.
Well, look like you did a great job because some good news coming out. Share with us some of that what came out of that. Two NBA players showing interest in playing for Jamaica. Yeah.
Yeah, well, we've been talking to Troy, their dad, for the longest while, for the 4 or 5 years, from these boys who are teenagers, and showing that they are NBA material. Because their dad is pretty much here every month or two.
Oh.
Their dad and now their agent, because he actually lives in Westmoreland.
Oh, okay.
So we have been having this dialogue for a while, and we're on a drive to kind of showcase and increase the visibility of basketball in Jamaica. And we want to do it from different angles because we know that we need to expand the grassroots side of it because we want to get into the primary schools because unless you have the feeder, you don't have the emerging talent coming through. So that's why we kind of signed off with Marley Foundation, and Sidela is our new ambassador. And we are going full speed ahead in terms of how we can tackle that side of it. But in the same breath, we are kind of showcase and increase the visibility of what we can do on the national stage. And when Norman Paul came out and said he's repping Jamaica a few months ago, that the LA Clippers forward. And we've been, as I said, we've been talking to people like Josh Minot, who plays under 17. He's in Timberwolves, Nick Richards, Kofi, Coburn. We're talking to all of these people, and because of the ties that these twins have in terms of identifying with the culture, they're looking at some things, and when we initially engage them, it's really about how can we help with the grassroots development? And their dad has committed to build a couple courts on that side of the island.
Wow.
Under their foundation, under their guidance, under their support. So that's where we are. So we're also delighted that in the future they came down now to sort out their passport, their citizenship and passport, and keep their options open.
For a long time though, Paulton, we've had players on the fringe of the NBA showing interest, but we have made a big step now into the NBA. Share with our listeners what these two guys have been doing from an NBA perspective.
Well, they're making waves. Even was Armen, as they pronounce it, was selected on the first team all defensive units for this season. His brother was injured initially in the season and didn't play for the first 10 or so games. So because he doesn't have the volume, he wouldn't qualify for some of those some awards. But if you watch them on a weekly basis, you realize the level of improvement that they have made over the last year. Remember, they just came into the NBA 2 years ago. They were drafted number 4 and 5 in 2023. So this is their second full season of the NBA. And for persons to be talking so highly of them, they're still in the middle of their rookie contract. For persons to be talking so highly of them, that they have a huge upside in terms of that. And people have seen the tenacity and the athleticism, and that's why some people connect them with Jamaica, because they're aggressive and they're they
have the Jamaica spirit.
Yeah, them bite that. Yeah, so we're tracking them and we like what we see. As I say, people like Isaiah Stewart, he's also Detroit. He has always said he wants to connect with Jamaica. His dad is Jamaican. He hasn't made that step as yet, but I know Troy Thompson, which is the twins' dad, has been talking to them. But you must have heard that there's a little situation in terms of the FIBA rules, which kind of constrain us in terms of getting the full participation of some of these NBA players.
What's that constraint?
The constraint is that they have a rule that even though your ancestral ties is with Jamaica or whatever country, they want you to actually get your Jamaican passport, or whatever country gets their passport before the age of 16.
I think but that is new though, Paulton.
Right. They want you to show your commitment to growth and development of basketball in that particular country. So while we're encouraging everybody to get their passports now, the rule as it stands says that if you don't get a passport before 16, you can only have one of those naturalized players who got their passport after 16 on the squad. It's a little bit different.
Is this something that you just recently learned, or something that you know all along? Or is something that new, purely new rule?
It's something that we know for the last 6-7 years, because that rule was changed about 2014, 2015. So we know, and there's a lobby. I just came up from a Congress, as a FIBA Congress. There's a lobby by quite a few countries. The Philippines have about 3 or 4 players who have Filipino connections in the NBA. They want to use those players. Ivory Coast have a couple players who plays in France who want to play for Ivory Coast. And there are about a number of cases of that nature. So it's a huge lobby.
Yeah, so let me get it clear, Paulton. They're saying that they have to, like in the case of a Jamaican who is playing in the NBA, he has to have his Jamaican passport by 16 to be eligible to play for Jamaica.
Right. So he can play for Jamaica, but we can have to rotate.
Okay, I see. Okay.
What do you mean rotate? What do you mean?
You can only have one in the team at a time?
Yeah, one in that squad.
In that squad. Wow,
in
that is harsh.
Yeah, it's harsh.
That is harsh.
Luckily, people.
So you can't. So let me ask you something. You can say you're in a tournament. You can have a couple of them, but only one can play per match.
No,
in the squad.
You have to declare your roster before the tournament.
Right. So only one can be in it.
Yeah, one can be in it.
That harsh, man.
Yeah, that's what a lot of persons are saying. That's why they.
So how many persons right now, in terms of, because I keep hearing names in recent times, so how many of those persons meet the criteria right now?
Well, like Nick Richards don't have a problem because he was born here.
Okay.
He was born and grew up here. He left here at about 13, 14. He don't have a problem.
Okay.
GC, man.
So if you're born Jamaican, then that doesn't apply?
Yeah, man, that doesn't apply.
Okay. Are you looking at people like AJ the Banster who came here recently?
Well, AJ is really part of the momentum we using to build the grassroots side of it. His mom is very passionate. His mom is Jamaican, his father is Congolese. They are very passionate about it.
He meets the criteria?
No, he doesn't. He doesn't.
He would have to be in the rotation as well.
Yeah, he would have to be in the rotation.
Yeah, because he's
But
born.
people like
Nick Richards, as they say.
Who plays from Minnesota, Timberwolves. He played on our under 17 team, and he qualifies based on that because he got his thing early. So one of the things that we're trying to do as we build the local pool of persons who are, to improve the quality locally, we're trying also to tell the diaspora if you have your kids and they are interested in playing for Jamaica, or ensure they have dual citizenship. They have the option to play for Canada or USA or Jamaica, depending on where they are. I have a 15-year-old kid now who was lined up to play for Canada, and his dad seen what is that mean in Jamaica. He's a really hard man who born and grow here, and he has been calling me and say he's coming down next month to get the passport before the youth is 16.
Okay.
Because he likes
sense.
the bus, he likes the direction, he likes the momentum.
So you have been proactive in terms of getting that word out, would you say? That,
well, we
look
have
here,
been trying to do
all
that.
your talented kids, born to Jamaican parentage, and is looking, encouraging them to get them passport early. You have been proactive there?
Yeah, we
What do you
have
say?
been, because we have a committee in Florida, and there's someone in Orlando, a Jamaican in Orlando, who next year he wants to do some ID camps for 10 to 13 or 14-year-olds. I'm saying that because I know the expectation is over the next 5 or so years. I probably won't need to do that now, Raja, because would have built the grassroots.
You have a full NBA squad?
No, I'm saying in the next 4 or 5 years, I expect to build the grassroots in Jamaica to a level where expose youngsters to basketball to a level that, it can match what's happening in the States.
Right.
Yes.
But the problem we have now is that most of the youth them who play basketball in Jamaica don't touch a ball until them get into high school.
Yes.
And so they are 4 or 5 years behind their peers in the USA.
Yeah.
And as you know, the other sports that we do well in, the track and field, the football, them youth that play primary school track, them are primary school champs. They have primary school football competitions, the netball competition. So they get the exposure very early.
Definitely.
But because it's not a big culture for us, that's something that we have to correct.
Tell me something, Paulton. I know the Olympic qualifiers should be coming up. When is the next FIBA tournament?
That is it. The pre-qualifiers, which we qualified based on our ranking, is August 8 to 10.
August?
Yeah, August 8 to 10. Go ahead.
How many players have you confirmed in terms of status, NBA level, basically? So far?
We have a minimum of 3, and I think we're looking at another one. So the process is we're going to have an open trial early July. For in all and sundry, we have, I think, 35 persons registered from between Jamaica and overseas. So we have an open trial. I think we're looking at the 5th and 6th of July. There are some marquee players that basically going pre-select. So the plan then is to have a training camp between the 28th and the 5th of August to finalize the full team. And it will be about 16 to 18 persons in that training camp. And remember, because FIBA now is looking at windows like FIFA, we're going to have rotation in any case, because in some of those windows the NBA players won't be available.
Okay.
So we have another probably 6 or 8 players. Most of them were born in Jamaica and got scholarships and then playing professionally in Europe, who will be a part of that mix. Between Europe and Asia, we're talking to Kofi Coburn, who just got signed a contract in Japan. Males who plays in New Zealand. We have about, as I said, 6 to 8 of those players who are playing at a really high level, who will be part of that rotation and squad. The good thing about it, the European leagues are more open to the window window, the new window philosophy, and their clubs will allow them to take a break while the window is being played. So the next step is the pre-qualifiers with countries like Paraguay, Mexico, Chile, whatever. And after we clear that hurdle, we have windows for the World Cup in November, February of next year, June of 2026, and then the final window will be November of 2026. And then the World Cup is in Qatar 2027. So that's immediate plan.
All right. And
one question. You spoke about the Congress that you.
Oh, that's what I was about to ask him too.
All right. Yeah. So the Congress. I mean, what would you take back from that Congress now to tell us in terms of what knowledge was gained and how Jamaica could fit into some things that you learned from the Congress?
Well, the Congress is really about to point us to their strategic focus in terms of what the FIBA wants to do over the next few years. They want to do a lot with growing women's basketball. So we'll have to pay a little bit more attention to that in terms of women's basketball. And thankfully, as I said, Sidela is on board, and Sidela has been asking about how can we expand the women playing basketball in Jamaica from the grassroots to national team, and she's fully on board with that. It also speaks to things like the 3x3 side of basketball. I don't know if you are aware that the 3x3 basketball is also now an Olympic sport.
Okay. Yes.
So we have two bites of the cherry. We're going to those kind of qualifying later this year with the America Cup, etc., etc. And so we're looking at that as well to really focus on how best we can pull together persons who are really interested in 3x3 and not necessarily interested in the full court thing. And so we have another over the next 2-year cycle, we're trying to position our players who are interested in 3x3 to focus on that. And they kind of build up because there's an expansion in the amount of teams that will qualify for Los Angeles 2028 from 8 to 12. Both 12 male teams, 12 female teams. In the Pan Am region, we are around 7 at this point in time for both men and women. In the Pan American region, so we want to build on that and see how close we can get to qualifying for those Olympic Games.
So it's specific. So it's in terms of the 3-on-3. You are now saying that it's all about finding players specific to the 3x3 and not those who are inclined to play in the NBA per se, or in Europe or other leagues. You'd have to find those players
specific. Some players who are crossing over. What you find is that because of the growth of 3x3, some people decide, all right, they're going on a lot of world tours and specialize, and they just hop from country to country, playing 3x3, winning prize monies, that sort of thing. So you have a lot of specialists now.
So it's similar to T20 cricket, basically.
Yeah. Let's focus on 3x3.
So you would be looking for your regular basketball players for the 3-on-3 Olympics, then? You'd have to use the specialized players.
I know the coach, Rick Turner, certainly wouldn't mind, but because of how people are specializing, I don't know which direction it's going to turn. Mm-hmm. We have some youngsters who have been playing with us in the last 2 America Cup. A couple of them have contracts, regular contracts, but they like playing the 3x3. So at some point in time, they might have to make some decisions. And these guys are playing some of them are playing in Central America, some of them playing in Europe every now and then. But they have contracts, but not like huge contracts like NBA or Division 1 contracts in Europe. And they like the challenge of the 3x3. So you never know which direction it's gonna turn.
Okay. Well, exciting times ahead for basketball, it seems like, Mr. President. And,
man, we like what we see.
You look like you have your hand steady on the steering wheel.
Yeah. We're doing the thing.
Yeah, man. So we're looking like you're heading for the checkered flag. Well, let's see how it goes. The Olympics coming up, and then we have the FIBA tournaments and
right. We we should have the FIBA Americas under 17, which we qualified for as well, and we have the Women's CB Caribbean Championship. So those are three international championships we should be seeing this year. I'm saying if, but when we qualified past through the pre-qualification stage and get to win those, that's when you have no international players coming to Jamaica.
Yes, you don't have to call nobody that time.
No.
Everybody coming. Thank you very much, Mr. Gordon, for speaking with us once again. Always a pleasure, man. Yes, Paulton Gordon, the Jamaica Basketball Association president. Well, exciting times, as I said before. Roger, we spoke about the legend Usain Bolt, but we never speak about the female legend, Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce.
Mrs. Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce.
Yeah, she had a road named after her yesterday.
Right.
So
they had a slight hiccup in terms of that error.
Yeah, a little hiccup, but not too well. That hiccup should not have happened, but I guess it happened, and it was.
And she was in very great spirits, knowing that it was just a little blip.
Yeah, a little blip.
In no time,
Yeah, and she knows that those little blips happen on the track as well.
Yes,
so
certainly.
Not too much.
So Ashoka Road no longer. It's now Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce Drive.
Okay.
In Waterhouse.
And while we speak about, we have another voice note. All right, so we're going to the voice note now. All right, we're going to another voice note now. So let's hear that voice note, and then we come back and speak about another female superstar.
Blessed good night, Robert, Raja.
Bless up.
Good football player. I stayed home the other night. You see what I'm saying?
Hey, me, I hear
good football player. I'm be a man still, but I'm kind of disappointed. I'm be a team.
Yeah, we can understand.
In the third place player. I don't like how the man them just come out and just lock up. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I swear.
Yeah, man. I never like it either.
You know, even
as much as me an guard, man.
Put out the effort in the thing, man.
Yeah, because you're the guy.
Congratulations to Cavaliers still. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Mount Pleasant. Well fight, two teams them play good football. Tapa make a mistake in the match when him take off the goalkeeper. The momentum of the team drop right there. So the keeper did that keep good. Play the whole 90 minutes, almost the whole 90 minutes. I don't see the changes was necessary. See what I say? The goalkeeper
sometimes these things happen. Sometimes it works, sometimes it don't.
A keeper to come for the penalty, but I just Tapa lose it. Yeah, man.
I think so,
just drop. But congratulations to Cavaliers still. School as Jamaica, locking from Miami, Florida.
Yeah, me understand school as points still.
That one, it would have been seen as a master stroke.
But I understand school as points still, but a lot of people, I hear other people saying that. But, I mean, I don't think so because Shaquan Davis is said to be a better shot stopper. So that is the man you want to be in the goal at that time.
Yes.
My takeaway from it though is that he would not have gotten the momentum of the game up to that point because he would just be coming on. But I don't think that would have cost him to lose the game. I don't think so. Because is one goal any other keeper saving? One goal, and it's the last one. You know? I am just saddened, though, for Sule Makala. He has done so much over the past 2 seasons. And then to become the man who missed the penalty. Boy, I feel it for him.
Yeah.
So I want to and on the other side, Christopher Ainsworth was the man that you would not have expected to miss his penalty. And he was the one who did. But that's
these
how it
things
is.
happen.
Yeah. All right, so we have another voice note. Wait. All right. Okay. All right, so we're going to our new sport now. We're going to be joined by Mr. Yap. And he's going to be telling us about a new sport in Jamaica. He's the president, Mr. Yap. Let me get his full credentials. Mr. Dalton Yap, president of Jamaica Dragon Boat. We hear about Dragon Boat racing. Mr. Yap, good evening and welcome, sir.
Good evening to you. Good evening to you all.
Good evening.
How are you?
Welcome.
I'm good, man. Boy, just up to neck with organizing our inaugural event in Jamaica for the first time. Obviously, that's what it means.
Dragon boat racing, Jamaican people never hear about that. What is it?
Dragon boat racing is very steep in the Chinese culture and Chinese tradition. It's a sport of over 2,000 years old.
Okay.
So it's a very traditional sport in China. Okay, it has a story behind it. But suffice to say that it's one of the fastest growing team sport in the world. This time we just want to launch the sport or the festival. It's actually a festival, and so we are doing it for the first time, in Jamaica. This sport has been in the Caribbean, in Trinidad for over 20 years. And Bahamas actually overtook us, and they had their first race 4 years ago. So we're the third Caribbean island who is actually putting this on. So it is growing leaps and bounds. Yeah, and we are delighted to bring this on this year, finally. All right. So just imagine that you have 12 people on like a canoe. Okay. We have 10 paddlers, and we'll be headed by a drummer, which beats a drum. And then you have the oars or the helms person at the back to steer the boat. So 12 person is a minimum that can make a team. So you have 5 persons on the left and 5 persons on the right who will be paddling the boat. Okay. So you might, huh? No, 40 would be 12. 5 paddlers on both sides, so it's 10 paddlers, 1 drummer, and 1 oars person. Steers the boat, making sure that they go in a straight line. Okay. So, but the most important thing about the sport is teamwork. Okay. So you have a paddler who is paddling. They need to make sure that when the drummer beats, is 1 time, boom, boom. Absolutely, exactly. It's about watching, making sure to follow the drum, make sure your technique is the same. You're doing the same thing. Everybody doing the same thing. Okay. Everything. When you're in sync, everything is beautiful. The boat just move like a jet. But if you have everybody doing something different, no. So you just stay along. Yeah. Oh yes, it's almost well the technique and the strength and how you use your core. Yeah, man, the fastest man always in, all woman. No, you can have as many teams, some very successful and long-standing festivals. They have over 20, 30 teams and sometimes up to 100 teams, okay? Oh yeah, no, they organize a race. So you would have heats, okay? And then now you have heats. The fastest one will go to category 1, and then the slower one B, C, D, and then you have all men would race. You have a mixed team. You can have junior. You can have yeah, man. It's a physical sport, and physically because you need to have upper body strength, and also you need to move. You need to use your core. So it's not only arm strength. You need to move your core like. So you need to learn how to breathe, and actually everybody breathe together and exhale together and then pull together. And no, it takes place all over the world actually. Open sea or lakes. We will have lakes. For instance, in Canada, this sport is held at where they have the Olympics in Montreal. So because they have the lake, yeah, exactly. They used to have the canoe racing. How do you call it? It's not canoe, whatever.
Okay.
Two men, yeah. So yeah, canoe competition.
Rowing.
Yes, sorry.
So where in Jamaica is it going to be? We're going to.
Yes.
It's going to be held at at the Grand Hotel Excelsior, formerly the Morgan's Harbor Hotel,
Okay.
Port
Oh,
Royal.
Port Royal.
Yeah, man. Hey, it took us a long time to find. So for a long time now, we've
So
been trying to find a location.
it's in that peninsula between the Palisades and Port Royal mainland. Is it within that peninsula?
Yes. No, it's right on the other, well, right right in front of the hotel, you know, where they
Okay.
have.
Morgan's Harbor.
Oh yeah. So it's like at the end of that peninsula because you have the Palisades land
Yes,
strip.
you're
And
correct.
then you have the-
Actually, the reason
Okay,
it
yeah.
start from, you know, where the cruise ship terminal is, right?
Yes.
Around that side. Or why not? I don't even familiar with that place. Okay. So basically,
yes,
we're going to
yes,
start the race there, and it will be end at the right in front of the hotel. Okay.
And what that length is how long is that length?
We're only doing 200 meter, which is a sprint.
Okay.
Oh, it's a
Because
sprint.
the sport has 200, 500, 1,000, and 2,000. Okay.
Okay.
I mean, those are endurance races. Okay. You know,
Yes.
imagine 2,000 meter is
How,
like a.
how many teams are
So
you
have to-
anticipating for this event coming up here in Jamaica?
How many people?
How many teams?
Oh, we have 11 teams.
Okay, that
all
is
local.
a lot of
all
people.
local teams. Yeah.
Okay.
All mixed.
And those
Yeah, so
those
they have been training out there for the past 3-4 weeks now.
okay.
Oh, we have a lot of exciting. Yeah, they are very enthusiastic.
So although it's speedy, you time it as is it that it go off a time?
Yeah, we have the time,
record.
yeah,
So what's the
because
record? What would be like the record?
Oh, the
for
record.
200 meter.
I actually don't have that.
Okay.
So is it?
I don't have the
that's fine.
information in front of me. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Okay.
so
That's
these
fine,
teams
that's
that
fine.
are going to be participating, are they all Chinese nationals?
No, man, no. We have all walks of life. You know, we have people from the Coast Guard. We have people from Czech. Okay. We have the Chinese, embassy put up a team as well, and we have General Foods. They put up a team. Okay.
Locals.
Local, yeah, all Jamaicans, yes.
Okay.
It's Jamaican foods, all Jamaican. The Coast Guard, obviously, all Jamaicans. Okay. We have some team that is put up by just local enthusiasts who just and it's different. It's exciting, and we want to grow the sport. This is the first time we're having it, and surely we want to make sure that the sport will grow in such a way that to attract not only enthusiasts, okay, the casual
Yes.
paddlers, or
Right.
but also serious people who want to compete regionally and even internationally, because the sport was recognized as I think in 2020 Tokyo as how you call a sport that they want to introduce to the Olympics again. There's a term for it. I'm trying to remember.
But
it was a demonstration sport. That's what it is. Okay.
so you're saying
2020.
That means the future potential of being an Olympic sport.
Exactly. But as
Okay.
you know, when you put in a sport, you're supposed to take out something. So
Yes.
go get lick.
so it seems as if the response to this new sport in Jamaica has been good, very good.
He has been phenomenal. Okay, I mean the enthusiasm. People want to know what it is. They want to come out, and look at it. Some actually, participated, but obviously, we want to make sure that you can understand, how to operate the board. So there's some safety, procedure that we need to tell everybody. But the good thing is that where the sport is taking place now, the sea is quite calm. Okay, because on the other side of the ocean, you remember, okay?
Yes.
And we have all the safety precautions in place, life vests, and et cetera, okay.
So you offer prizes for these events, for this event coming up?
No, we're gonna have medals. We're gonna award medals to those, gold, silver, and bronze. We're gonna have different categories. Like I said, those who can row fast, they will be in category A.
Okay.
And so on and so forth. Okay. And we plan to have fun for the 2 days because
It's 2 days.
What we have is a regatta. It's not really a, how you call it, a competition.
Okay,
You know what I mean?
okay. Remind us of the date and the time.
Yeah, man, May 31st, we're going to start at 10. And also on Sunday, we're going to start at 10. Just that on Saturday, May 31st, we're going to have an opening ceremony just to, kick off the this festival, and then after that we'll get into the racing in earnest. We have a race director. Sorry.
You finish your point?
No, yeah,
race director.
Right after the ceremony, we're gonna start the racing program. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So, I'm particularly interested also in the drumming component and the rhythmic component of the thing. Is it a case? Is it rhythm that you create on the spot, or patterns and that are ancient that is coming up that you stick to that particular pattern?
No, because the drumming is really, it provides the rhythm that each paddler must follow. So you have to create that synchronicity that allow the maximum speed of the boat.
So it's something that is created on the spot in order to...
Exactly. So when a team comes up to practice, the drummer would drum the boat according to the movement as well.
According to the movement, what he's feeling, what he's feeling.
When they boom, you need to allow them to finish a stroke, so that the next time around, boom again.
Yes. So everything just become in sync. Okay, I got it.
Man,
I got it.
It's a beautiful thing to watch when you see the move, in unison. Okay, it is the boat just move.
Well
when you come back
choreographed.
to one of them who don't know what them to do, okay, you know that one.
So, like, it's a new sport to Jamaica, Dalton. Where you get officials from to officiate in this?
I'm glad you asked. Okay, now we form an association called the federation called Jamaica Dragon Boat Federation, right? But we don't have any trained officials just yet.
Okay.
I went to Nassau, Bahamas for the past 2 years, just to learn from them how they run, the festival and how they run the competition. But for our first event, we have invited, experienced race officials who are qualified to conduct competition to come. One of them is, both of them come from Vancouver, and also our sister organization in Bahamas. 10 of the association members, they're actually here to assist us as well. Our first. So we are very happy that they're here, because surely we can't do it alone. Okay, but moving forward, we're going to develop those skills and to train persons who are interested to be qualified, under the IDBF, which is the International Dragon Boat Federation, run training events, so that we can officiate, these events going forward. Okay, but we will continue to get help from overseas. Obviously, we belong to the Pan Am Dragon Boat Federation. Mr. Franco Siuchong, he will be here tomorrow actually, and he will be here to open the ceremony, or open the competition, and also he has done this in Trinidad for over 20 years. And what's beautiful about their program is that they have a high school program. So they actually have, races among the high schools, and from there they pick the best people to go to the regional and even international competition. And those are real competition. We talk about the 500 meter, the 1,000 meter, and so on.
Dragon boat racing makes its debut in Jamaica.
Very interesting.
This Saturday and Sunday.
And sounds exciting too.
Yes.
Enter the dragon.
Enter the dragon. Enter the dojo.
All right, should be really exciting. We're looking forward to it. So it's Saturday and Sunday.
Saturday and Sunday. Sunday will be the finals. If you can't make it for the heats, but come on Sunday and see the finals. Okay.
Great.
Yeah, man.
Dalton, thank you very much for speaking with us. We look forward to...
Thank you very much for inviting me.
Yeah, okay, looking forward to the debut. Dragon
it will be the
racing
debut. Yes, first time. Okay. And it will be an annual competition. Okay.
Right. Okay. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you. All the best.
Great.
All the best. Yeah, man.
All right. So let us...
I have some comments here.
Angie Davis is saying that we should stop speculating. I wonder what she said, we're speculating. But no. Angie, talk to me. All I think we're...
Yeah.
We can take a call before we go to the break.
In terms of TikTok,
Uh-huh.
some of the comments here. One of the person here, computer, saying that instrumentals of What's the Score bringing back to when I used to listen to the program. Instrumentals. So you know what that mean, Robert? You know what that mean? Greetings, the IRIE family. Jollof blessings every time from Roots Music. Cadence and Roots Music. Just found you guys on TikTok, listening from New Jersey. Pick up yourself, Nigel, over there in New Jersey. A person, Damien Bailey asked, what sport is that we just discussed? Well, I'm certain that you
Dragon boat racing.
Dragon boat racing.
Yeah, brand new to Jamaica.
Drizzle Lifestyle says Shaqwan wasn't in the rhythm of the game. Tafari should have been. Well, what he's saying is that he should have been.
So he's saying that they shouldn't change the goalkeeper.
Yeah.
But you have 90 minutes or 120 minutes to win the game, man. Let's have a goalkeeper.
Yeah, man. And Fresh Cast say, yo, me G, first big up IRIE Liverpool to the world. Of course.
Who?
We never talk about that.
Never remember about Liverpool.
No, you're not going to remember. You're not going to remember.
I think we have a caller.
But I heard a comment, you know. Forget about the search. Liverpool back on their perch. Straight.
I don't know why the man they go mention Liverpool, you know. Sure.
Yeah, man. And what a thing today, man, with the madman over there.
You mean
driving into the crowd? Yeah, man.
Is a Liverpool fan?
I don't know. It look like he was impatient.
Oh, you mean
no, sir. I'm a fan that him look like boy. No, man, he look like one of them road rage man where he couldn't bother this crowd thing and him want
to go out in business.
Yeah.
All right.
And the man licked down 27 people, Rasta.
My goodness.
Luckily, none of them died.
He wanted another disaster involving Liverpool.
Why, man, I tell you.
All right, let's go to the call. Caller, good evening.
Yeah, my general.
Talk to me.
Yes, my G.
I deal with no bad charge. Ravers, man.
Ravers again? Ravers.
Eh? There, man. Big up on yourself, my general.
Yeah, man. Big up to Ravers, too, man. Yeah, all right, Ravers.
Yes, man. I mean, man.
You recover?
Man, number one bad side, you know, man. We lose again, you know, man. But one of them things, man. Remember, we never stop back outside and big up Tapa CM and big up the whole team, man. I saw it go, man. You know,
okay. Me like your spirit, Ravers.
Yeah?
Me like your spirit.
Yes, man. I mean, man.
What time you left the stadium on Friday?
Congratulations to Cavalier, man, and Mr. Rudolph. Big,
yeah,
man. Mr.
Yeah, man.
What time you left the stadium on Friday?
Sport, man. You have to be the sport.
Yeah, man. Congratulations. You see, when you lose a final like that, you know, Robert, you feel away, you know, because I tell you, you know, I have one big old jump on the water then, Robert. I know the pill can go down still, you know, I drink coffee, jump on water, you know. Yeah, man. It's still there halfway on my belly, still, but it take time so.
The pill get bigger and bigger, it look like.
Yeah, and the thing about it is that I like the game. We can't say no referee do this. We can't say the game play solid, the game play good. And you don't say Mount Pleasant, take it to them still. I have a bias. Anybody can see that. I just lucky then lucky again.
Right. So the question I was asking you, Ravers, what time you left the stadium? Come here, ask you for a reason, you know. What time you left the stadium?
Oh, me? No, man, I don't know, sir. I don't know, due to certain personal issue, I never really get to go in at the stadium. Okay.
Come here, I wonder if you did give up from before, because some people give up from before the penalty kick taken.
No, man, no.
Some people head out of the stadium, you know, like they give up.
If a man I watch the game, you know, trust me, from a whistle kick, to be honest to you, about 20 minutes, I know me can't see Mount Pleasant to keep up on the TV, if you be honest. I just upper Cavalier side the ball.
But guess what? As I was saying earlier, some aspects of the game, it kind of get boring, but guess what? Me did enjoy it still.
Yeah, man. Good game, man.
It's not one of them classical games, but you know.
Most finals are like that.
Yeah, man. And you see,
yeah.
with the keeper part now, everybody have their own opinion. Hear my opinion now. May I be honest to you? Big up Makala. I'm a baller from Portmore. Because Portmore days he might come from a floor baller, you know.
Yeah.
But, all right, that's how we lose it. Now, be honest.
Yeah.
Look here now. Listen. All man have talk about say Whitmore do this and do that. Listen. We don't know what go on with the keeper. It can be a case with the keeper just tired. It can be a case where him no one go back out there. But all said and all done, remember say none of the keeper never really save a penalty. But you see a game like this with so much good player, you see, when you have two teams like this, you know, the one mistake where one team make,
the other one capitalize on it.
Capitalize. See, so you see the first mistake what Cavalier make, I go miss a penalty. That means Mount Pleasant just need to score them 5 penalty. No keeper, no business, just so keeper don't keep and do what them do. All we need to do is score with 5 penalty. That is how Argentina win the World Cup, you know. Remember when we see a couple of France one, you know, we have to score 2 with 5, you know. You see what I mean? So, big up everybody same way, but I just me think we lose the match. Already need to do capitalize, score our 5 penalty. Win
And
the
that's
match,
it.
no keep and no get no blame, nothing you done.
Bless up, Ravers.
You see me here, man. So big up Mount Pleasant again, man. I'm love how West Indies are going, you know. You see what I say?
The men are the women.
The men.
Yeah, man.
Ravers, bless up and thanks for the call again, here, brother.
Yeah, man. Big up yourself. I'm just calling to big up Mount Pleasant and the whole of sentence here, man. Because we're active back next year again, man.
Active again. Yeah, man. All right.
By the way, Robert, I got a little wind or a fly on the wall. Said there was some emergency meeting on Mount Pleasant today. You know anything about that?
Yeah, me hear some meeting been going on all day.
All day?
Me no hear no. But I don't get no sad story. I'll know. So maybe there's no sad story.
But a meeting all day I don't Mount Pleasant.
Some hear like you too. I mean, here so there was well, I heard there was a meeting. I hear there was another. I hear says, but maybe no meeting no keep. I don't know. But me hear some meeting go on. Yeah. I think we have we're gonna be talking about the with the competition name again, Mr. Brown from the Andre Russell football.
Andre Russell Summer League.
Yeah, the Andre Russell Summer League. Mr. Brown, you there?
Good night.
How you doing, man?
Hey, Sir Brown.
Yes, man. Giving thanks one more year.
One more year upon them?
Yes, man.
I hear the money turn up this year.
Well, the money
last year.
You know when it comes
it turned up last year, and I just carry over this year to the same. The way it turned up last year, they have to keep it on the same level.
Yeah, man, we keep it on the same level because last year it did fresh.
Yeah.
But we are look on the incentive era, and that year they will get some step up this year.
Then tell me about it now.
All right. Last year the winner get 500,000, which is Family United.
Okay.
And so the second prize is 300, third prize is 200, and fourth is 100. Now the top coach this year, it's not finalized yet, but Mr. Russell said these people need to get money that when they go home, them can buy them family something nice.
Sure.
Right.
So he will be here shortly, and we will finalize that before Sunday.
Okay.
So, Raja know everything, so he will tell Jamaica, what is going on.
Yes.
Yeah, man. Yeah, so me but sometimes, it's good to hear from the actual organizer.
All right. As that part of it don't finalize it, but we will make the Jamaica people know. But as usual, the Andre Russell League, as we say, it's one of the biggest football competition in the country. And when we thought that we not thought that it was no more. That one of the biggest league, the best player them in the country is going to be there.
Some Premier League teams start ball already.
Usually.
Yeah, yes, man. And the defending champion Family United, they play 5 o'clock against one of the new teams. We have 4 new teams this year. And racing, one name Royal Racing.
Yes.
And we have young youths, and we have Black Devil. Black Devil is a team from out at Duane Park. Very good team. And we have there's Love Academy.
Oh,
that team is Wolava.
Yeah. That's academy. Yes.
Yeah. Good little team, youthful, but them can play. And so come Sunday, Soccer Saint is going to play the first game at 1:45, and they are going to play World Racing. And we hear that this World Racing have a lot of players from Racing United.
Oh,
wow.
So, yeah, and we have Fillmore playing Officer Buchanan team that are the police team.
Fillmore from Outer Walks Road, that's man.
Yes, man. And them are going to play the police team, and very good police team too, I'm here, so them go shopping.
Well, it sounds like police busy in every competition because, security forces, because police win the Tier 2 competition and qualify for the Premier League.
The club.
Spanish
club.
And JDF win the Major League Championship.
Yeah, so say security force, I get bigger and better in every department in our country.
And it's like, and crime is down.
Well, so what
and the security they have dual roles in the competition as well,
Oh,
yeah. Because at the Angelos League we don't leave anything to chances.
Okay.
So we have tight security per match, thanks to the Wolava police team. Yeah, man. So and then the defending champion, Family United, will play Black Devils at 5. And the opening ceremony is going to be something that everybody is want to see. And in the night, we have some special for the guests when the time get dark. I won't say anything more. So.
but we notice, we have to talk about this. So there are some suspension regarding some of the traditional teams. You want to tell me about it?
All right. Wolava Bay will not be in the competition this year. They
And they are what, 2-time champion or something like that?
Yeah, man, 2-time champion.
Yeah.
You see, one of the rules is that
break the rule.
Your last game, you must honor your fixtures.
True.
For the last game. And as a 2-time champion, it goes for everybody, not because they are 2-time champion.
Yes.
They didn't turn up for their last game. And they know the rules. So, them plan to sit out for 1 year, because if you know the rule and you don't do the right thing, then we're not going to change the rule for you.
Sure.
So, Wolava Bay will watch in the league from the sideline this year. And not only the team, but all of the players, them who play for Wolava Bay.
Oh Lord!
Yeah, because them can't just drop hopscotch over to another team. So you have to have an eye out for that.
Why you on a serious down there?
No, you see, as me say, we are trying to help football in every way. So we have to be serious about what we're doing, and that's why the league itself have a name for itself. We don't play with time. You have to be on time for your game.
Definitely.
You see, like you go some kind of league and a man say you have 4 o'clock game and at 4:30 match and start it. Not at Andre Russell League.
Devon, with them kind of money they want to spend, man, you have to have the thing around proper, man.
That's what we're talking about. This is not joke football.
No joke thing.
You must check off half an hour before the game.
Okay. Yeah,
so that means
like that.
You have to be on time for your football. Because let me tell you something. You see the fans them. The fans then come out enough, and them want to see football. So you can't play with time and then you go through the next game, 3 games per day.
Yeah, I remind us where the games are being played.
Right at Port Esquivel Sports Club.
All right. So,
right at the border, Clarendon and St. Catherine.
10 minutes from
on the border.
Right on the border. And then
right on the border. You have 1 foot over, you have 1 foot in a Clarendon and 1 foot in a St. Catherine.
Why am I to tell you?
Devon, big up yourself here, sir.
Yes, man. And all the best to the IRIE team, say.
You know we have to represent, man.
All right. So, a blessing, man. I'm looking forward Sunday. We're
Yes,
up and
man.
going. So
Yeah,
we
man,
actually
you know,
people
we have to
just come
pass
out.
through down there.
Come out
Definitely.
Sunday.
All right. Devon Brown,
Scottsdale
the
Sports Club.
organizer, the Andre Russell Summer League. And we on to a break now, so we take the break and we come right back. When we come back, we should be speaking with the JFF General Secretary, Dennis Cho. We'll be back shortly.
It's time to get loose at Footloose. It's Footloose Short Shorts Edition at Mass Camp, Saturday, May 31st. Ladies, we're talking big hits, bigger moves, and short. You're 2 for 1 before 11. Admission $1,500 pre-sold, $2,500 at the gate. Tickets at Kingston Jerk. Collectibles, Intimate Curves, Avery's, Genus and Marshall's Pharmacy, Sponsor Boss, Straight Vibes, Double 7 Energy Drink, Pro Boys, Duns, Chad Auto, Alka Seltzer Boost, Rough Rider Condoms, Sign Express, Hanes Fabrics, Flawless Production,
Dr. Croc, you see we get through with things nice, you know?
Drink responsibly.
Sure, man. Nematodes are wreak havoc in my banana and planting field. Yeah, I'm tired of this.
Ah, boy. You know, say, I've been feeling topple over, but the Caribbean Chemicals agronomist introduced me to one product named Viga, and from that, me tree them make a comeback. Viga, an organic nematicide specially formulated to target and eliminate nematodes, which protects your plants from root damage and promotes robust growth. Don't let nematodes hold you back. Choose Viga for a thriving harvest. Read and follow label instructions. Wear your PPE when applying. Viga, distributed by Caribbean Chemicals and available at farm stores island-wide.
Power in great moments. If you have financial needs, Chris and Charles will fix them for you. Power in great moments since 1992. Oh, we have it all. Power in great moments. Relax, you got Chris and Charles. Oh, we have it all. When you think Chris and Charles.
Magnum presents the High Tension 35th Anniversary Celebration. Roll out on Saturday, June 14th to High Tension HQ, 96 Old Harbor Road, Spanish Town. High Tension music playing all night featuring Sizzla Kawanji, Sativa the Black One, Bascom X, Little Hero, Chris Howell, Anthony Cruz, Ricky General, Jadon and Loyal Flame. Hosted by Ron Mouchette, Saturday, June 14. Admission is $3,000. High Tension 35th Anniversary at the HQ, Old Harbor Road.
It's the Media Madness sale at Home and Things. 2 days only. This Friday and Saturday only. Get 25 to 75% off every single item in store. From tiles, bathroom fixtures and vanities, windows and doors, hardware, home decor, and more. 2 days only. 25 to 75% off every single item in store. These deals are too good to miss. Hurry now to Home and Things, Old Hope Road and Constant Spring Road for the Media Madness sale. This one I go mad.
Welcome back to What's the Score here on Reggae Radio, IRIE FM. It is now 9:35, so we're heading down the wire now. We've been joined now by the General Secretary of the Jamaica Football Federation, Mr. Dennis Chung. Had a lot to boast about last weekend at a press, last Thursday, I think it was, at a press conference in Kingston. Mr. Chung, how are you, sir?
Yeah, man, how you doing, guys?
You're up early, man.
Good, man.
No, but I hear you say 9:35. I don't know what you're trying to fool. It's 10:35.
Oh, 10:35. So it's about what time for you now? About 4:35? You're not you're in England?
No, man.
Oh, well, it's 10:30. Oh, that's why you get the time right, man.
Yeah.
I thought you were overseas, man.
I don't really travel that much like other people used to do.
Okay. New policy. Okay. So Mr. Chung, the JFF is rich now, man.
No, the JFF has come out of its financial issues a little way, but
move out of poverty.
Still not yet out of the woods.
Yeah. We're a little bit out of the woods. We have a positive equity position, or just positive. So, basically we're flat. It's just 10 million positive equity after about 25 or more years.
Sounded like more than that to me.
Equity. What's that?
I heard you speak last week about $100 and something million.
We made 137 million in surplus for the first quarter of the year. 66 million of that is attributed to the tax amnesty and the write-off we get with penalties and interest.
How much is the write-off?
So, 66 million.
Okay.
Right. So the rest of it, just about half of it, another $60 million, would be because of real surplus of revenues over expenditure. That we've managed to do because of the budgeting and the whole cost control we have at the JFF. So it has been coming together. We came off a restricted funding earlier this year from FIFA. We actually, for the first time in over 20 years, got a clean audit report. That is, we didn't have a going concern qualification, which has been the bane of the JFF for many years. So we're determined to get that done. That, I think, is one of the biggest things, to have a clean audit report, a tax compliance certificate in place. So we're slowly building the thing. We expect that come for the April numbers, which we'll share. We expect the equity to jump more because we did some restructuring on the balance sheet. I'm an accountant, right?
Yeah,
so
that's money
we
you're
look
dealing
at the
with.
balance sheet and restructure it, and we expect to get some revaluation surplus, which will push up the equity. So we're putting the JFF in a position where there's going to be a sizable positive equity on it by the end of April numbers when that comes out. And if we reverse that, if that is reversed, then that is a serious indictment on anybody who does it.
But having said all that, one second, Roger. Having said all that, Mr. Chung, with all this surplus and all that, based on what is in front of you now, that surplus would do a very good job because you have World Cup coming up, you have Gold Cup coming, so your expenditure is going to be significantly higher than for the same period last year, I presume.
Yeah, it's going to be higher. We have some revenues coming in. So, the plan was that we wanted to build up the surplus as much as possible. Once we do that, then we have a buffer going into World Cup qualifiers. We have, we're going to make a small loss in April. In May, I think we might just about break even. So we're looking at that surplus situation and see if we can help us to carry us through 2 or 3 months. At the same time, remember what we're doing is that we've been looking towards our own streaming of content, and we've been making some revenues from that. Not a lot initially, but we expect that to grow. We also have some sponsorship money that has been coming in. We're supposed to be announcing some more sponsors this week also. So we're working on the other revenue sources, sponsorship. We expect some a good amount of sponsorship to come in to assist us. We're looking at more. So we're not sitting back on our laurels and say, well, we've made a sizable surplus for the first quarter. But we're looking at multiple revenue sources coming in, new revenue sources, plus also some of the traditional ones, because we know that by the end of this year, we're definitely going to be holding a positive equity, which is what the aim is. But we also want to make another surplus this year. For the past 2 years, we've been making surpluses. And in 2024, the surplus was actually more on less revenue than 2023. So that shows that, there's some work going on internally in terms of the budgeting, the controls, the planning around financial governance, which we've been working with FIFA very closely on. So we're pretty optimistic about what can happen at JFF. I mean, the truth is that things can go south very easy because what one of these games cost. and you won't control your costs, then things can go down very, very easy. And I don't think the gods are going to look at us very kindly if we go back into the situation we were before.
Based on this,
You alluded
go
to,
ahead, Roger.
you alluded to, escaping the clutches of the restricted funding. What would that mean for the coffer of the JFF, and what would that allow you? What leeway has that allowed you now?
All right. Well, I mean, when you come off a restricted funding, it's not like you get a lot more money coming in. You have access to other sources that other funds, for example, to people that you didn't have access to before, but you still have to work for it. What it primarily does is that instead of FIFA saying, okay, we're going to treat you like a baby and give you money every month, because we know if we give you money, all your lunch money at the start of the week, you're going to spend it off. So instead of giving you $5 for the week, they give you $1 a day. What coming off restricted funding does is they're saying, we have greater confidence in your capacity to manage your finances. So we're not going to give you $1 a day anymore. Initially what they're going to do, since we're just coming off restricted funding, they're going to say, well, I'm going to give you $2 and $3 a week, right? So I'm going to give you money for 3 days and 2 days. And then eventually, once we prove ourselves even further, we will get the full $5 at the start of the week. But what it also does is that when you improve your financial governance, it engenders a lot more confidence in the eyes of the public and in the eyes of sponsors. And sponsors want to know that wherever they put in their money, that there's proper financial governance there, which is why we've seen more activity around sponsorship. We've seen also where supporters groups have come on and is helping us. People are outside of sponsors, they're putting their money in it because they now believe that there's proper governance. Once that governance goes, once that perception of proper fiscal governance goes, then all of that thing is going to go again. It's not just the fact that we might go back on restricted funding if that happens, right, which I don't think will it. But the confidence of the people who are supporting us will go.
This leads me to ask you, Mr. Chung, are we going to be hearing, as of now, that players are owed money from a year ago or 2 years ago? That is those are days of the past now?
No. I know that in November 22, when I came in, we actually owed players for over 2 years, right? You'd have remembered the impasse with the girls also.
Yes.
We did pay them, for months. They were saying we never pay them, which we did pay them a few months before.
So that problem is no longer around?
No. I think we might owe for about a game or two now, but, nothing like what it was before. And we're actually projecting to pay. We try to manage it very carefully. Certainly in terms of per diem, everybody's paid their per diem. So it might be match fees or so. That might be outstanding for a game or so. But we definitely can't go back to that stage. If we go back to that stage, then it will be very dire for the JFF. I don't see us going back there. I don't know if I'd have the energy to go back into that again. Because it was a lot of work, a lot of juggling, a lot of strategizing that needed to be done, a lot of pressure. So we definitely would not want to get back there. And as I said, if anybody gets JFF back into that position, even after myself and the president not there, then it will be a serious indictment on them to do that. Because, it has been a lot of work to get us here. And as I say, as of the end of April, we're going to have a significant positive equity because of the revaluation. So if that were to be wiped out, then, I don't know, that would be a very sad day for JFF if that happens.
Definitely. So it is a good position that the JFF is in now. I must ask you though, Mr. Chung, I remember there was a conversation about sponsorship, and one of the arguments really sponsorship was about airline sponsorship. Where is the JFF with that?
We haven't been able to get an airline sponsor yet. We're still working on it, but it just has been difficult. You know, there are some shifts. You know, we approached some of them. They said there are some shifts in how they're doing their internal budget. And the truth is that because of the number of places we travel to, there's not a lot of airlines out there that we can approach. We have to get one that, you know, travels all over. I remember most of our players coming out of the UK. So we haven't been able to get that yet. But, you know, we've been able to get sponsors in other areas. We've been managing the whole airline situation a lot better, you know, within the travel policy that has been set up by FIFA. So we're better at the management and us and the planning. And what that does for us is that, you know, we know in advance what the team is going to look like. So we're better able to plan the bookings at a lower cost, you know, because it's a little while before we actually have the event that we start planning for that. But we haven't got an airline sponsor yet, but we're still working on it with our the overseas marketing company that we use, C11. We're still looking at it to see if we can get one, but that has not materialized yet.
And I might also add that there was a plan to have a merchandise store somewhere at the JFF. Any development as far as that is concerned?
That is, I mean, there are some interesting developments with it. I can't tell you yet, but that is still on the cards, and we are expecting that very shortly we will be moving in that direction. So, you know, it's going to be, we're looking at a virtual and physical store, right? And the plan is not to just sell the JFF items, but JFF branded items, but also even branded items from the clubs we want to do. So we're in the throes of getting that set up. That we see as another revenue source. Okay. And we hope that it will happen soon. We're waiting on some things to sort out first.
All right, before we ask you
You spoke about
the
revenue source, and one of the things you spoke or alluded to is about the whole streaming. Well, I know you're streaming the match tomorrow, and there will be a cost to it in terms of the metrics that has been accumulated so far, and you know going forward. How feasible would that be in terms of becoming a serious revenue stream for the JFF?
It has the potential to become a significant revenue stream because of the number of people who are looking at JFF worldwide. In fact, with the last Trinidad game that played in Jamaica with the local boys, we had, within a week, we had 101,000 views. It similarly took the US men's national team 4 weeks to get to 101,000 views on the same platform. And we've earned a few thousand US dollars off it so far. So it's something that is growing. And of that 101,000 views, 82% of persons were overseas. That's a market that we're not tapping into. So as we develop more and more content on the platform, we find that we see it slightly growing more and more, that more and more persons are coming in. With the Unity Cup, you know, and is $10, $9.99 per month subscription. You have the 2 Unity Cup matches coming up. You know, next month also we're going to be busy. Well, the boys are playing, and also the girls have two very good games next month, which we can see where we are, because it's going to be the girls playing the mighty USA and also England in the same month. The boys, as you know, will be playing next month. They actually have 2 games also. They're going to be playing the BVI and also Guatemala. So next month is exciting. So between this month with the Unity Cup, right, which we have at least 2 games, but if we win, we're going to progress to the finals. And also next month is very active. So we expect that people are going to want to come on and see the games.
Before we go any further, Mr. Chow, just to acknowledge Uppercuts on YouTube, saying that from a transistor radio to watching you on YouTube now. Yeah. Thanks for the acknowledgement, Uppercuts. Mr. Chung, before I forget, I don't want to have you here tonight and don't ask you the question because it's been making the rounds that you are going to be leaving the JFF. Can you say a few words on that?
Well, I had indicated, when I started that I would not be going beyond the 3-year contract. The 3-year contract ends in November. So my intention was always that I would be leaving the JFF this year, So it's really no surprise. One of the things that I've put in place is processes. I think we have good people in place. And if anything goes wrong, it's really at the governance level. Because
even in the height of World Cup football, that's it. Yes.
Well, if anybody follow me, they know that I don't get emotional about these things, I just watch up.
No, it's not about emotion.
Mr. Chung, it's not easy, We're talking about World Cup football, Mr. Chung.
Yeah,
you don't want to be around that in the heights of the World Cup, Jamaica at the World Cup. Because that is the time when we'll be qualifying.
They're alive in Jamaica.
But not managing the day-to-day affairs and the
World Cup is next. The World Cup is next year, which is beyond that.
Yeah, but November is when we'll be qualifying.
What's that?
November is when we will be qualifying.
Oh yeah.
So you can't leave that time.
Not renewing him contract.
I don't get emotional about this. I'm not an emotional person, so I just do a work and that's it.
But would you say that having planned for one contract for 3 years at this point, where would you say you are in terms of objectives set and objectives achieved?
I think we've achieved the objectives. I mean, when I was approached initially, the thing was, and initially I was going to do it for 1 year, and I got convinced to do it for 3 years. And I'm happy that I did because the election was an interference to the process. But we have managed to deal with the finances, the administration thing. The main problem at the time was the financial situation, and we managed to deal with that. FIFA sent the audit report, the last audit we did, which was very good, and they actually commended us for it. As I said, for us to get to a positive equity, first time in 25 years, a clean audit report, first time in over 20 years, tax compliance certificate, not many companies can sell it. We have a current ratio now of almost 1-to-1, coming last year from 0.37 is now 0.89. Accountants will understand that means that you're getting closer to your short-term liquidity, covering your short-term liabilities. We paid off all our long outstanding debt. So, we have a good balance sheet that we're looking at. Our cash flow has been improving. This year we had, for the first 3 months, a positive cash flow, as opposed to last year, which was negative. So I think we've done what we need to do. I mean, a lot of those are first. In JFF, we have our audit being completed on time every year now, our external audit. That wasn't the case. Our budget's being done every year, 3 months before the start of the next year.
So you can give yourself a pat on the back, Mr. Chung.
Well, I give my team also. Because the staff, I always go back to my staff. I mean, I can't do that alone. I just set a direction, help guide them. But they're really the ones who execute. So, I have to give them credit. And remember also this, that it was the president who had the vision of asking me to come here and do it.
Okay.
He had that. That it couldn't have started without that.
Okay. Okay.
You know, we have to always remember that. So he had that vision that, listen, we can achieve that. Because by the time I had come, we were about 3 years in restricted funding, right? And some significant payables issues. People never wanted to do no business with JFF at all. Nowadays, people want to do business with us.
That is a
You know?
that is a good position to be in. So
Yeah.
let's hope the trajectory continues, and we'll see if when it comes to November if you will be asking or seeking an extension. And we, of course, we'll be the first. We'll be the first to know.
I'm gonna go ride bicycle.
What was the bicycle tournament last week in 30 seconds?
It was very good, you know, very, very good. I mean, the reviews are excellent. You know, we had quite a few persons from overseas here, and the one person from UK says he's carrying 20 people next year.
Whoa!
You know, so they looking good. It was very, very, very good, man. Very, very good. No better way to see Jamaica than riding a bicycle. You know,
Thanks
you see
again, Mr.
everything.
Chung.
You know,
We're
yeah,
out,
man. No
we're out
problem.
of time. All the best, and we look forward to get that announcement come November.
Yeah, man.
All right.
problem.
That's the JFF General Secretary there, Dennis Chung. I think we have another caller holding, you know, Roger. Let's see if we can get that one in before we close off. Caller, good evening.
Good evening.
How you doing, man?
Good. Robert.
Talk to me.
And I say most of them are going to go to 93 points.
94 goals.
I still really
29 wins before the playoff.
yeah, but I still can't have no more money. I'm pay a bit more.
Say again?
Yeah, I'm going to pay a bit more.
Why?
No, you're not ready. You're not ready.
So is it more the problem?
Yeah. I can't support
a chain is as strong as its weakest link.
No, so my side career can't lose more money. Can't lose more.
Listen to me, man. Coach Whitmore has done his part. Maybe there is a link that is a weak part, and that is why they have not won.
No, but we come and score on the other side defense. And the penalty where the captain kick away.
Yeah, but it's all in the game. It maybe should not have come down to penalties.
No, that's why we couldn't get them a chance and get more hold back and score.
Yeah, we should have. Mount Pleasant should have scored in regular play.
Yeah, because we start pressure them.
But remember what I say. Remember you what I said a while ago?
Yeah.
If there's a weak link in the chain, that weak link can affect everything.
Yeah.
And just that may be the problem with Mount Pleasant, why they have not won.
Yeah.
But the weak link is not the coach. Can guarantee you that.
Yeah, I coach, man.
No, it's not the coach.
What?
It's not the coach. Look elsewhere, not the coach.
No, I'm not a coach.
They say, look elsewhere, not the coach. All right?
Yeah.
Big up yourself.
All
right. Roger.
Yes, sir.
Look like that's it for tonight, you know. Yeah, man. Want to say thanks to. Hey, you have any more TikTok comments?
Just saying, somebody here saying Manchester United, Deo Manchester United. It's the Manchester United fan. I see we get a #1 gifter. I don't know if I have some money that. Arsenal, what? The arrow appoint the match yesterday was nice one. Saka. Yeah. Have a good night, Liverpool. Yeah, man. That is Geary, Neville, must go and hide. Journalist from Sav.
Wait, journalist? A long time ago you're from journalist.
Yeah, man. Winston Smith. Yes, man. So that's about it.
Yeah, so big thanks to our TikTokers. Thanks to those who are watching and listening on Facebook. And also big thanks to our followers on YouTube. Thanks also to our very special guest, Devon Brown, organizer of the Andre Russell Summer Football League, Dalton Yap, the president of the Jamaica Dragon Boat Federation. Also want to say thanks to the Jamaica Basketball Association President Paulton Gordon, and of course the JFF General Secretary Dennis Chung. Big thank you to all our listeners, viewers, everybody who participated. Yeah, even if your participation was only by listening, we want to say thanks to you for being with us. Want to say thanks also to our technical operator, DJ Shane it was tonight, sitting in for DJ Collision. Want to say thanks to Wilbert Wisdom, Dr. Crack, our engineer, our stream technician, Peter Broadbach. Thanks to you also. Who else we need to thank again? Our producers. Wade Brown and Dwight Fraser, and our telephone operators. Not sure who the telephone operators are, but we say thanks to you nevertheless. Once again, big thank you to everybody, and we look forward to being with you once again next week, same time, same place. Until then, my name is Robert Williams.
And I'm Roger Hasford.